Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day I greet to our fellow audience. So the topic for today's forum is technology makes us less human. But before we start this discussion, I would like to introduce the panel member for today's forum. So our first panel member is Ms. Aisha Hanim, who is a public consultant. She is currently working in Malaysia Communication and Multimedia Commission. Next, we have Ms. Diana Amali, who is a student in UiTM Shah Alam. She is currently doing her Bachelor of Information System Artificial Intelligence Engineering. The third panel member is Mrs. Shuhaida, who is a lecturer in University Malaya. The fourth member is Ms. Fiza, who is a psychological doctor in Hospital Kuala Lumpur. She is currently doing her research in human mental activities caused by technology. And the last panel member is Ms. Nur Najiha. Ms. Nur Najiha is a private counsellor who is working in her own company known as Malaysia Premier Hypnotherapy Centre for Mindset and Behaviour Change in Kuala Lumpur. Okay. So, technology is broadly defined as the entities, both material and immaterial, created by the application of mental and physical effort in order to achieve certain goals. Technology has become a necessity in everyone's daily lives. People should know more about the advantages and disadvantages of technology, as nowadays people tend to be distracted and get themselves addicted in using technology. The use of technology helps us a lot in completing our daily tasks, but it also makes us humans socialize and interact less between each other, as we could just easily communicate with each other by using applications featured on gadgets. So, Ms. Aisha, what is your opinion for today's topic?
Thank you, moderator, for the earlier introduction. In my opinion, the technology has impacted the world in many ways. As I was sitting in corner of a cafe, savoring my cup of coffee, I perceived some talks that are flowing between Macs, tablets, mobile devices, and their owners. Just imagine how the dimensions of information that is being streamed back and forth in this small cafe. Can you imagine how mind-blown it was? Predestinated technologies towards the human way on life may lead to more cons than pros. These technologies can indeed make our life more easier and helpful. But have you ever wondered what are we sacrificing when we catering our brains to our mobile devices? Very curious, right? While we busy ourselves for greater bits of intelligence to make our lives easier and better, at the same time we have surrendered and tracked off our cognitive independence makes more loss of humility nevertheless. Cognitive independence is the tendency to form opinions and make decisions based on personal knowledge as well as additional information that appears to be valid and factual. By relying more on technologies to do all of our thinking instead of using our cognitive skills, it will let our skills to start atrophy and regress. Like how are we using GPS to direct our every direction? It can make our spatial and navigating skill to worsen off. Also, by relying on autocorrect and spell check for every bit of type communication, thus will make our grammar skills start to suffer instead. Likewise, by having a conversation using a mobile technologies for communication when it comes to connecting with family and friends who live far away by using social platforms, for instance, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, text messaging, etc. To put it another way, they will lead to limited face-to-face interaction. What's more, there are more indications of how technology slowly but dramatically changing us. Likewise, for starters, multitasking is rewinding our brains by all the incoming stimuli of phone calls, texts, emails, and constantly changing website use dopamine scores to stimulate our brains. Without this stimulation, people get easily bored, making it addicted to technology. Next, no one has to look at anyone else. As quantified in Precious tells the Wall Street Journal that adults make eye contact 30 to 60% of the time during the average conversations. But since smartphones afford us 24/7 access to the internet, apps, email, games, and more, it can be tough to give someone your full attention. Then, it also affects our sleep. As you can see how people nowadays like to stay online rather than sleeping, which is naturally bad for our natural sleep cycle and body clock. Last but not least, the internet is taking over our life. As you can see how the internet is sucking away our precious sleep. It's also affecting our downtime as fewer people are socializing, relaxing, and thinking, and going to cultural events or parties. All things considered, it seems reasonable to assume that technologies can do more harm to humans, yet also be advantageous to humans. With this in mind, I believe technology can also be used in most desirable. Thank you. That's all.
So, Ms. Aisha is basically emphasizing on how technology could reduce our cognitive skills, because we humans, we rely on technology to do everything in our lives, such as navigating our way, completing our daily tasks. So, Ms. Amadi, this technology helps you in completing your daily tasks as a student?
Thank you, Melinda. Technology has more benefits to students. For sure, as we know, students are more use technology to finish their assignments, their work. It's because when we want to get some information, we just find it from media social platform. It also can save our time because we don't need to meet our teammate for discussion. We can just discuss in media social like WhatsApp and Telegram. It also can help students who did not have transport to go out for discussion. When we find the information for assignment using media social platform, we don't need to go to the library to get the information, so it can save our energy. So we can finish our assignment on time. For cons, it can limit social and other key skills. Nowadays, students are using technology when they free for watching video, for fashion, play games, and it can make them meet social with their friends. For example, when we eat outside with our friends, we still with our gadgets for playing games, chatting with other friends, and so on. It can make us less communicate with our friends. When we with our media social, we can make new friends, but it's just online friends. It's more isolated. Having more connection is great, but as long as we are actually connected with those connections, we are now able to interact with those in their local area, so we tend to ignore our friends more than we use it. Proving that maybe the real issue here is that people would rather interact with strangers rather than our friends. So, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Amadi. So, based on Ms. Amadi's statements, technology really helps students in completing their daily tasks, such as finishing their assignments, answering quizzes and stuff. So, because there are a lot of applications that have been made to make students complete their works easier and faster. However, in terms of socially, you would interact less with your friends. Like even if students they go out to hang out with their friends, they still tend to use their gadgets instead of talking directly with their friends. So, Mrs. Shaida, what is your opinion about this topic as a working mom? Do you face any struggles with your children?
Thank you, Ms. Tasha. So, for me, changes in technologies have always created challenges for parents, especially for a working mom like me. The primary concern of a worried parents is the unlimited access that these kids have to media technologies, have to family life. It is difficult but not impossible for parents to monitor and control all of the varied messages and images that these children reach through the continuous wave of technology. I'm concerned that the amount of these digital options inhibits outside play. I see less kids play at the playground anymore, and then what happened to all of this? And then I know that why this happens. My own teen son visited his friends, goes to his friend's home to play video games such as on the Wii, PlayStation, Xbox, and so on. Most of these devices were turned around, and they just sat around the living room and couch. I myself, as a lecturer, have taken a study based on my study and based on the survey that I have studied. It reveals that 9% of these parents that I've questioned set no rules on how they use these technologies, and 65% of them just let their children use their gadgets alone in their room without any monitoring and control. And 49% of them said that they wanted to set these limits for their kids, but they are not sure on how to control these kids, because some teens, like they are being rebellious when we are controlling what they are doing in their lives. So yeah, other than that, my kids, I've seen that they're losing sleep because they keep playing with their gadgets late at night, even though I've set the time limits for them for bedtime. Yeah, I guess that's some of the struggles I face as a working mom to manage all my kids.
So children and basically young people are badly influenced by using technology. They get so addicted in using gadgets and applications that sometimes if parents restrict them from using gadgets or applications, they would throw tantrums and they would rebel. Sometimes they might act rude towards their parents just because we didn't let them use gadgets or applications. This shows that technology could cause mental problems towards young people. So, Ms. Fiza, can you tell us more about the effect of technology on human mental abilities?
Thank you, Ms. Tasha. First of all, I will give some definition about technology. As you know, technology can be a beautiful thing. It connects us to others and also super convenient, and if we use mindfully, it can even help us find a little bit of calm. But as the old adage goes, too much of anything can be bad. Here is the sad reality: all technology is taking toll on our health. The overuse of technology can lead to our dependence on it in multiple ways. Have you ever felt like you were too dependent on the technology? Maybe you felt a sense of anxiety when you could not find your phone, or maybe you realized you do not know how to navigate parents' house without the help of your phone-based GPS application. The excessive use of mobile device has been linked to anxiety and depression, as well as other mental health problems. This could be explained by a variety of influences. For example, the constant bombardment of news and information can leave you feeling numb to the real world. And being obsessed with digital interactions can leave you deprived of real-life relationships. Other than depression and anxiety, it also makes our memories isn't great, and neither is our attention span. Back in the old days, learning by rote was a prize skill. So prize in fact that students were expected to recite entire books from memory. In a Google Happy World, to recite entire books from memory. In a Google Happy World, when virtually any scrap of information is instantly at our fingertips, we don't bother retaining facts, let alone whole book passages. Who needs to memorize the capital of Mesobucket when you can just ask the Siri? In 2007, a neuroscientist polled 3,000 people and found that the younger respondents were less likely to remember standard personal information, such as relative birthday or even their own phone number. Similarly, studies have shown that calculators may decrease simple mathematical skills. Some people are unable to navigate their own cities without the help of GPS. Social media and the internet have also been shown to shorten our attention spans. Individuals immersed in digital media find it difficult to read books for long periods of time and often skims articles online rather than reading every word. This phenomenon can be particularly troubling for youths whose brains are more malleable and therefore may fail to develop concentration skills.
Thank you, Ms. Riza. So now we know that technology could also cause mental illnesses such as anxiety and depression, and also addiction. Like when you are too addicted in using technology, you get distracted from doing what you actually have to do. That is a type of mental illness. So, Ms. Najha, as a counselor, can you give us ways to limit the use of technology?
Thank you, Ms. Tasha. Okay. Of course, I can give you some advice or ways to make us use less of technology. Okay. First of all, as a parents, we know nowadays parents are too busy with their works, so they spend time with children is less. So, as a parents, they can make their own family media use, such as parents can make their timetable or schedule for their children, what time to play outside, what time to spend time together, talk together, what time children or family can use their technology. And as the parents, they also can set a rules for children. As an example, when we eat together, we will not allow to use any technology in that time. This way also can use for students like Amalin, Miss Amalin. So students right now so busy with their study, so they also can make some timetable to study, time for play, time for use technology. Second, as a parent, you also can like apps can install apps for children. So this way you can monitor your children, what they can do, what they do. So this apps is very helpful children. And the third one is advice for everyone. They can involve their life with activity that can distract them from use technology. Such example, they can involve in sport, camping, travel, social work, or they can spend time with family. Uh, uh, and for everybody also, they can find any activities or hobby that can distract them from using technology. And the last one for parents also, they can communicate with children more, because nowadays children may be stressed with their study or maybe have a problem with their friend. So as a parent, you can ask the children, so this can make communication face to face more. Then their parent asking a child in WhatsApp or Telegram like that. So that's all from me.
Thank you, Ustazah. So, there are a lot of ways for us to do to make ourselves use technology less, so that we don't get too distracted by technology. So, what I can conclude is that for children, parents play an important role by making sure that their children use gadgets or applications only on times, only on certain times, and making sure that they don't use gadgets during unnecessary times, such as during their sleeping time. So for teenagers, basically students, they themselves have to set a time for them to use it when only for important things, such as completing their assignments or homeworks. And for in general, like us as adults, as humans, we should distract ourselves by doing something else that is more useful, such as finding new hobbies, like such as what Ms. Najah has told us, such as camping, involving ourselves in some kind of sports. So okay, so that's all for today's forum. Thank you.